Strategy battle gamers around the world, welcome to another episode of Adventures in Arda. Gaming host James, and I'm joined by Blast from the past. Everybody, it's Adam.
How's it going, matey? You alright?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too, yeah.
So you've had a bit of an SBG off season.
Yes, life has got in the way, as it always does.
You've been doing the panto, which looks like.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh yes, you have.
It's too easy.
Far too easy. Far too cheesy as well.
That's all I'm about.
But you were last here when we were filming, and we actually did some scenarios, didn't we? Because you've got a beautifully painted Army of Thror.
Oh shucks.
You do. You do have a beautifully painted Army of Thror. And today you've
They're
got.
back.
They are back, and they look gorgeous. And it looks like you've done a little bit more.
Yes, I had a bit of inspiration from a couple of TV shows.
So what have you gone for? What have you gone for with your theme? Because it is quite different.
It's I got a set of Grim Hammers, and I thought I want to do something different compared to the ones I'd already painted.
Yep.
And I thought something that might match Thror, so golden armour, and I thought, ooh, it mixed between the Stormcast Eternals from Age of Sigmar and Kingsguard from Game of Thrones. So they are my Kingsguard.
And they are absolutely gorgeous. And of course your army is pure Army of Thror.
Yes.
So it gives us an opportunity to see some of the army-wide special rules from there and back again. Now I was planning on bringing a 500 points force, which I was taking to the Beacons of Chester this coming weekend, which of course is in Chester. And that is a Rohirrim force which I took to win that event last time. Unfortunately, because of sneaking around Baby and Jane, I've only got my case, and my case has got my competitive forces from Warhammer World GT, which was a couple of weekends ago. So you are going to be taking on my evil force, which was undefeated at the event, I have to say. I'm really sorry, it is absolute filth. It is very, very, very strong. And that is, of course, the Corsair Reavers. Have you ever come up against this kind of force before?
Not the Corsairs.
There's
a couple of bits I saw in yours. When you got the Morannons out, I thought, oh, cripes. Because I used Morannons in my evil army, I thought, please don't make me go against the ones I love.
Yeah, they're very. It's a very, very, very strong, very, very optimised list. But I know I'll be slightly rooting for you, and I'm sure the guys out there will be as well. So there's nothing left to do but to get down and show you those two armies right now. And here is my 600 point Corsair Reaver themed army, pretty much stolen and borrowed from a member of the GBHL community, James Long, who I played against at Preston, had a fantastic game, and he showed me just how strong this army is. So down on that left hand side you can see the leader of my force, which is the Golden King of Abrakan. I never really realised how good he was. I can remember doing the Fallen Realms review and not really actually thinking too much of him, but having played against him and having used him, he is absolutely ferocious. He's leading a warband of 7 Corsair Reavers, all modelled with axes, perhaps one of the changes to come in the future. Corsair Reavers, of course, being a very, very, very strong unit with 2 attacks, fight 5, with the ability to go up in strength, and you might as well, because they're low defence. They are absolutely brutal when the lines meet. They are supported by some Watchers of Karna, another incredibly cheap unit for exactly what you get. They've all got bows, and of course Watchers of Karna are resistant to magic. They've got poison. They get +2 to charge terror causing things. They are really, really very good. To the right of the Golden King of Abrakan's warband, we have got the Haradrim Taskmaster, who's pretty much got the same warband, except he has got 1 less Watcher of Karna. The Taskmaster, of course, is the might caddy of this force, and when you get in 1, 2, 3 extra might points per game, it can really, really make a difference. And then in the supporting role, really key, especially when you're playing good versus evil and you know you're coming up against shooting, and I think you're going to see this a lot more with evil armies in those types of tournaments, and with those types of game setups going forward. We do have the Shadow Lord, who is very, very relevant these days. He's actually bringing 5 Morannons with spear and shield, and he also has a Spectre with him. I'm pretty sure that we won't be playing with the Fell Beast on the base there the whole time. It's a little bit finicky, but that is our very, very competitive Reaver themed army today. Let's go and have a little look at Thror's Army of Thror and his Golden Kingsguard.
Here we have the Army of Thror, the last king under the mountain, exiled. well, mate, who knows? So here we have Thror and his Kingsguard, which I'm very happy with how they've turned out, because
Yeah,
they
they
did
look
take
absolutely
up.
gorgeous.
It's like gold. I find is one of the harder things to paint, because it's hard, from my point of view, as someone who's blind.
But how did you find the new paints for Age of Sigmar, the gold, the Retributor?
No, I didn't
Retributor
actually
armor?
use them.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Oh, no.
No, I used the classic. I really probably should have. It would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the new paints, but
yes.
these look absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very
And the
much.
best thing about them, I think, is that they really tie in with Thror's colour scheme, with the gold and the blue as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
which is really striking. And these are just Grimhammers, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Only Grimhammers. I've yet to think of anything to try and work your way up around them. Obviously, also we have young Dwalin, so I'm looking forward to using his new rules.
Yeah, absolute beast as well.
With a couple more Grimhammers, because I had the points extra. And then young Thorin and a bunch of warriors, which are the ones I used last time.
So I look at this Thor, and I think your heroes are probably going to have to do quite a lot in this game to get through this. It's not the optimised list, but it's great fun. I'm really looking forward to taking it on the table.
Yeah.
Let's see what game we're going to be playing.
Cool.
So we're just going to be using the scenarios from the old rule books and source books. So let's see which scenario we're going to be playing. And it's number 3. So number 3 is, of course, Hold Ground, and we'll be marking a point in the middle. And of course, Hold Ground is Maelstrom deployment. So we need to roll to see who gets first turn priority. And it's going to go to you, Adam.
Yay.
So as most of my filming will be in the coming months, for obvious reasons, we are at the Element Games Northwest Gaming Centre playing on this table down here. It is Hold Ground, so we need to roll to see where Adam comes on. As you can see, the big Element Games dice up there is the north side. So you're going to roll for which warband first?
Or Thorin's.
So you're going to go for Thorin's warband first, and they're going to come on 6, anywhere you want. So you can pick a point anywhere you want on the board, and you can pop them on there. So Thorin has come on the north table edge, and next up Dwalin is going to be rolling to see where he comes on with his Grimhammers. And it's 1, so they don't arrive this turn, and I'm guessing you're not going to be using Might to try and get them to come on at any point. So we're going to roll now for Thror. It's Thror's turn. Roll a 2, roll a 2, roll a 2! Oh, he rolls a 2! So 2 would mean that I get to pick, and I get to pick east or west, is it? Or north or south? Number 2?
North or south. Yeah.
I get to pick north or south. So do you want to Might that down so you don't come on this turn? Or do you want me to pick?
There you go for it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick the opposite. In fact, I'm going to pick 6 inches from this point down here, as far away from Thorin as we can get. So Thror and his Kingsguard start the battle a long way from his grandson Thorin Oakenshield. So that will be it for movement of the dwarves. We need to start rolling to see where the evilness come on the battlefield. So we're going to start things off with the Golden King of Abrakan. I'm going to roll, and it's a 3, and a 3 means that you get to pick east or west, I believe.
Yep.
And I will let you pick a point.
Right.
Let's see where you put me.
Because he did the same to me, you're going to be right in the corner.
You're going to take me to the opposite corner from Thor. Okay, that's brilliant. So he's going to go there. I will deploy them in a second. But next up, I will roll for the Taskmaster. And the Taskmaster is 2. And Taskmaster, that would mean you get to pick north or south.
Yes.
Unless I might.
Are you going to might?
Am I going to might it? I'm not. I'm going to let you pick a point on the north or south. So either somewhere down here or somewhere up there.
Yeah.
We shall see. Lots of pressure.
No. Same corner as...
Same corner. You're going to let me come on together. I love it. Are you sure?
No, no.
We'll come back when you've decided. Adam has chosen the top northeast corner, so the opposite end from where my king came on from. And finally, the Shadow Lord. Let's see where he comes on. And it's a 3, which means you get to pick, and you get to pick east or west. I'm going to let you have it.
West.
So you're going to let me pick west. Okay, brilliant. So we're going to move those troops on, and then we'll go into any shooting and the like. And we're going to pop in here now because the Shadow Lord is going to move on 9 inches, and he is now 9 inches away from Thror, and he's just going to do a cheeky Drain Courage with one of his will, needing a 2+. Oh! And he doesn't, so we're going to mark off his will, and he's going to move his other 3 inches. So all of my warbands have now moved on, and there will be some shooting, and I've got 3 Watchers of Kana here who are in range of the Warriors of Erebor over here. Now, have you guys in the back rank not got shields?
No.
No shields, so I'm going to target those moving backwards. I have moved, so I need 4 pluses to hit. And I get 1 hit, and to kill him I need a 6, re-rolling 1 for poison. Oh, and I don't get it. And that's it for shooting. So that's our battlefield. We've all come on all over the place. Let's roll for turn 2 priority. Let's see who it goes to. In a race to the middle, you get a 3, and I get a 4, and it's going to go to the Reavers. So the Golden King and his bodyguard have just shuffled forward towards the middle, whilst the Taskmaster and his cronies continue to threaten the flank of Thorin. That's a mouthful. And resisting the temptation to just spell for spell's sake, the Shadow Lord has moved closer towards the centre, and the Morannons are blocking the way of Thror. It's over to the movement of the Army of Thror. So Thorin and co are all moving up 5 inches towards the oncoming threat on the flank. And in the meantime, Thror is moving up with his Kingsguard towards the threat of the Shadow Lord. And finally, we need to roll to see where Dwalin is going to be coming on.
If he comes on.
If he comes on. You roll a 5, so you get to choose east or west, I believe.
Yeah.
And Dwalin has decided to come on over on this board edge, trying to gang up on the Shadow Lord and his Morannon cronies. So although he can't charge, we do actually have some shooting potential action here, and the Shadow Lord's too far away to protect them. What's the point of bringing him along? So we do have some throwing weapons here from the 4 Grimhammers. Who are you going to be targeting?
The bloke at the front.
Yep, so we're going to be targeting the Morannons moving backwards. Okay, so you have moved, so you need 5s to hit.
The skills of throwing weapons never work.
5s to hit,
oh.
And whoa, we get 2. We get 2 of them.
Then again.
So first one to wound is defense 6 and you're strength 3, I believe, your throwing weapon. So here we go, needing 6s. What do you get? Oh, and it's close, but unfortunately not close enough. And here endeth the shooting phase. There is no combats, but I'm sure there will be soon. Let's roll for priority for turn 3. Here we go. Oh, it's strong, and it will be going to you, but I'll roll anyway. So it is going to be going to our man and his dwarves. So I will not be calling anything, and that is going to give an opportunity for these Grimhammers over here to get in on Morannon. So this guy at the front, he's in range of just that guy there. He's going to try and charge him, and he of course does have a throwing weapon. So 5s to hit as he moves in. Oh, and he doesn't do it, but he does charge in on him, and then that will allow Dwalin. Here we go. So it's all kicking off now. And Thorin, just like Dwalin, is also charging in. However, his shield wall is not. They're going to be staying behind and supporting. So that's going to end the Dwarven movement. Thror and his Kingsguard have also moved up. So it is now over to the turn of the Forces of Evil. So the Golden King continues his long slog across the field, and in the meantime Thorin's warband has been countercharged, as has Thorin himself. We're going to be coming in here because it's now the turn of the Shadow Lord and the Morannons. So we're coming in here because the Shadow Lord is going to be casting on Dwalin, and he is going to be transfixed him. So he's going to use 2 dice here, 2 from his store. So he is down to 11 now. And casts, well, definitely casts on 6s. So we've got double 6 there. And now Dwalin's got 2 will. Is he going to try and resist?
Yes.
With 2 will? Just 1?
Just 1.
Just 1. Good luck. You do have 3 might, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, no. 2 across the board.
Oh, you got 2 might?
Across the board.
Oh wow. So you're using 1 will?
Yes.
Okay.
Try and save it for another time.
Good luck. And you roll a 2, and you are now going to be transfixed. As you can see, the Shadow Lord has charged in on the transfixed Dwalin, and we're coming in now because it is the turn of the Spectre, who is going to use his Fell Light is within them to make Thor take a courage test. Now it's a courage test at -1 because of the Harbinger of Evil, so you are courage 5. If you fail this courage test, then I can move you your full distance. So courage 6 down to courage 5, roll 2 dice and make sure you roll well. Don't roll double 1. So you do just pass that, so on the 5, so you aren't going to move, but I'm going to carry on with the rest of my movement now. And there we go, that's the end of my movement over here, and we are going to go to the shooting phase, but there will not be any shooting because everything is in combat that could shoot. So we're going to go straight to the combat phase, and at the start of the combat phase, the Shadow Lord is going to be calling a heroic combat. So he's going to go down to 1 might. So with that heroic combat being called, here we go. It's on. So Dwallin's down to 2 attacks, and of course he is a lower fight value than the guys who have charged in. So what are you going to get with your 2 dice? You set the bar at a 4 highest. You do have 2 might, I suppose. So the 2 dice here, the black dice are the Morannons, and the blue dice here are the Shadow Lord. And we get 6s, and you're not going to be able to withstand that. So I am going to knock you to the ground. I'm not going to use any brutal power attacks for that, and as such the strikes of the Morannons will be doubled. So I'll start off with those. So first lot of double strikes, they're strength 4 and your defense 6, did you say? Yep. Okay, so these need 5s. So that's 1 so far, and then we'll roll again for the guy supporting. 5s. Nope. Yep. And then also we have got strength 6 of the Fell Beast versus your defense 6, so needing 4s here. So we've got 1 wound so far, needing 4s, and we get another 3. So there's 4 wounds on you so far, and I believe you've got 2 wounds, 2 fate. So unfortunately, we think that you do. Unfortunately, Dwalin is going to be taken down, and I get to continue on with my heroic combat. So it was Adam's priority. As you can see, the Shadow Lord on his Fell Beast has hopped over down to that flank there, just to avoid any heroic move off next turn from Thror. And you actually want to start with that combat, yeah?
Yeah.
So okie dokie. So we've got Shadow Lord and the Morannon versus 1 Grimhammer. Are you going to do any special strikes?
I'm going to piercing strike for that.
Why not? Okay. So here we go. What do you get with your piercing strike in Grimhammer? You get a 6, it's strong. Blue dice are, of course, the Shadow Lord here. Ah! He gets a 6, which is unlucky for you. I'm actually going to choose to hurl you at this point. So you are natural strength 3.
Yep.
And I'm strength 6, so it's going to be 3 inches plus whatever I roll here. 4 inches. Okay, so it's going to be 7 inches, which will take you. I'm going to take you from there back through. Oh. Back through your guys and land you over on this position here. Okay. It's a strength 5 hit on you first of all, and it is going to knock over all the guys along the way, all of your guys. So the strength 5 hit against your, what do you go down to with your piercing strike? You go down by 2, so you're strength 4, so this will need 4s to kill you. Nope. Oh. But you also then take 1, 2, 3 strength 3 hits as well, so needing 5s. No, you live. And then each guy 1 at a time needing 3s that it passed, so sorry, needing 6s. So the first guy needing 6, nope. Next guy needing a 6, nope. And the next guy needing a 6, no. But they're all going to be knocked on their bums like so. So strategic there from myself to try and help myself out in this next lot of combat. Should we just move straight on to the next one? So next one we've got Morannon on the floor versus 1. Sorry, Morannon versus 1. You're just on the floor, so you can't do anything. What do you get? You get a 3. I get a 1, you win that. So I'm going to back away. And back away to there, and you actually get to stand up in that combat. So the next one along...
You tripped.
You tripped. The next one along, 1-on-1. You get a 4, quite strong. I get a 6. So it's going to be double strikes against you on the floor. Strength 4 against defense 6 needs 5s. No, you live, but you stay on your bum. And we're going to go for the next one along. Now, final one here. What do you get? You get a 6, it's strong. Can I match it? No, so...
Couldn't anyway for 5 value.
I couldn't anyway for 5 value, you're absolutely right. So I back away, and you are going to get to stand back up in that fight. And actually that didn't go as bad for the Grimhammers as we hoped, or as I hoped.
Same with the leader.
Shame about dwelling, but with that we are now going to go over to the next lot of combats, and it's Thorin's warband. So next up we are going to be doing young Thorin here, who is taking on a piercing striking Corsair Reaver and 2 fainting Watchers Arcana. Okay, so I'm going to roll my dice first. So the black dice are the Reaver, the other colour dice, the rest aren't. What can I set the bar for you at? A 6 with the Blackfire production. So you need a 6 here. What can you get? You roll a 5. I'm guessing you're going to use a point. Use a point of might. So you're going to be down to 2 might. So the piercing strike goes down by 2. So he's defense 2. So you'll need 3s versus him.
Yeah.
And you'll need 4s against either of those. So I'm guessing you're going to roll 1 dice to see if you get the 3 first. Nope. Unless you want to use a point of might. No. And again, needing a 3. Yep, so Corsair Reaver goes down. And next one on one of these needing a 4. Nope, point of might?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so just 1 Corsair Reaver goes down, so not as bad as it could have been. Good job that you didn't heroic combat, which I thought that you might, to be honest. Let's go on to the rest of those combats. So here we go, we've actually got a piercing striking dwarf on the front rank. And do you know what? The Reaver will piercing strike as well, and the Watcher Arcana will faint, and of course you do have a spear support. So what do you set the bar at?
The black dice is Blondie, piercing striker.
It's a 3 highest, it's not great. It doesn't really matter which is which at this point, but let's see. I get a 6.
Oh, so close.
I get a 6. Okay, so your piercing striking dude goes down to... He's down by 3, so he's strength 4. Defense 4, sorry. So first of all, I'll do the Watcher Arcana, who will need 5s re-rolling 1s. Kills him. There we go. So your dwarf will bite the dust.
Bye bye, Blondie.
And we'll move to the next combat. So we're simply moving up the line, and next up we have got this combat here. So we've got a piercing striking Reaver against a piercing striking Warrior Variable who is supported. So 2 versus 2 dice here. What do you get? You set the bar at a magic 3 highest. It's wonderful.
Change dice, clearly.
And I get 5s and I take it. So your piercing striking dude goes down to defense. He goes down by 3, so he's defense 4, and I go up to strength. I go up to 4, so I need 4s to kill you. 4s to kill you, and we get it. So your Warrior Variable is going to bite the dust, and we'll just spin round to the next one, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah.
So no spear support for you here. Are you going to shield at all, or...?
Yes.
You're going to shield you guy. I'll of course piercing strike in this combat here. So you shield. What do you set the bar at? You're very good at rolling 3 highest at the moment.
I know.
And I roll and I get double 1s. So you do actually beat me back. And there's no banner effects or anything over here. So no good. And next up, we have got this fight. So again, you don't have a shield, so you can't shield. So you're just going to fight me. I will piercing strike. What do you go up to? Or what do you get even? You get a 2. Again, wonderful rolling. But I take it on the 3. So my piercing strike goes up to... I go up to 2 by 2, so I'm now strength 5 against your defense 6 because there's no shields. So I will need 5s here, 5s to kill you. And I do. So one of your bat rank goes down, and that is it for combat. So a few lost... a few lost on your side. We've got 1 Reaver down for the Forces of Evil, and things hang in the balance. I'm quite pleased that I've taken Dwalin out of the game. Let's roll for priority turn 4. Okay, so what's going to happen here? Adam rolls a 1, and it's going to go to me. So the Golden King has continued to move up towards the middle with his warband, and Thorin looks like his warband might be in a little bit of trouble. It depends what the great hero dwarf can do himself. We're coming in now because the Spectre is going to be just moving an inch here, and he's going to be forcing the King, Thror himself, to take a courage test. Remember, this is at -1, so you're currently courage 5. So you need to roll 5 or more, and it's a cocked dice. Don't roll a 1. You roll a 3, so that's courage 6, which means you do pass that, and I will continue on with my movement. Meanwhile, over on Thor and the Shadow Lord's flank, the Shadow Lord is now going to be casting on Thror, and he's going to attempt to command him, which he does on a 4+. So here we go. What happens? He gets it on a 5, so you do have 3 points of will. And how many are you going to use?
I'm going to use 2.
So you're going to use 2. So you'll be down to 1 here. Here we go, good luck. So needing a 5. Oh, are you going to use 2 points of might to resist?
I am.
You are. Okay, so you do use 2 points of might to resist, which means that you are going to be down to 1 might and 1 will. So reasonably successful from the Shadow Lord. He's going to continue on with his movement. So the Kingsguard have rushed up to support Dwalin's crumbling warband, which is on its knees, to say the least. And there are 5 of them here who are going to try and...
literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Are going to try and kill the Moran support there. So they have moved, so they need 5s to hit. And that's a good roll. So 3 hit, and you need 6s to wound him. So a single 6 here will get rid of the support. Hey, and you do it. So the Moran support bites the dust. So the Shadow Lord is going to use his last point of might to call. This is gutsy. He's going to call a heroic combat. Why not? Bit of fun. He's going to call a heroic combat, and the Taskmaster on the northern edge is also going to call one. Which does he get it for free? So on a 4+, Taskmaster gets his might for free. He does. So he doesn't use that might point. And we're going to go to those combats now. You're not calling anything, are you? We're going to do those now. I'm going to start off with the Shadow Lord and the 2 Moranans against the single Grimhammer. Is he going to do anything?
You know what? He hasn't got a chance now. I'll go Piercing Strike at the front.
So he's going to piercing
for the crack of GT.
He's going to Piercing Strike. So what do you set the bar at? 2. It's not amazing. The black dice are the Moranans, and I get a 5, and I am going to take that. So here we go. Down by 1. So he's now going to be defense 5. So the Moranans. I'm going to have you knocked to the ground by the Fell Beast. The Moranans get double strikes, needing 5s. So the first one kills you. Okay, so they're going to get to carry on their movement, which I will do right away. And as you can see here, the Shadow Lord has jumped onto a flank here, and the 2 Moranans have rushed forward to take on the oncoming Kingsguard. So next up is this heroic combat. It's the Taskmaster and 2 piercing striking Reavers versus a shielding dwarf. What do you get? Yeah, 5. It's not bad. Okay. So white dice are the Taskmaster, and we do get a 5, and we take it just. What? Pretty poor roll. Okay. So first piercing strike goes.
What 5 value is everyone?
I'm fight value 5 with the Reavers.
That's fine. A second.
So here we go. So the first Reaver goes up to strength. Goes up by 2, so he's strength 5. So against your defense 7, he will need 5s, and you are trapped there as well. So needing 5s, first one, and he's dead. So the heroic combat gets to continue on, which we'll do right away. So the Taskmaster and his Warband of Woe are trying to make short work of Thorin's Warband here. Can they do it? They have charged in, and I'm just going to go straight into the combats that I deem most important. We're going to do this Warrior Variable with Spear against the Watcher of Kana there. I'm not going to feint because I'm equal fight value. So what do you get? You set the bar? A 2, it's not strong. And I get a 2, so we are actually matching there. So it's my priority. On a 1 to 3, this goes to me. On a 4 to 6, it goes to you. And it goes to you, so you take it. So I am actually going to back away here with the Watcher of Kana. You're strength 3, so you'll need 5s to get me. Oh, and it's a 2, and unfortunately you don't manage it. So next up, again, continuing the theme of trying to keep you trapped, I'm going to go for this Reaver versus your guy there. You won't have support because I've got your support pinned off behind. So what?
Piercing Strike!
Piercing Strike. Oh, Piercing Strike as well, of course. But you roll a 1, and I get a 6. Higher fight value anyway. So your Piercing Strike goes down to, you're down by 1, so you defend 6, and I go up by 2, so I'm now strength 5. So I need 5s against you, and you are trapped, and you do die now. So it's that guy there. Nice work. Okay, where else will you be most trapped? Let's try. At some point, I won't be able to have you trapped. So let's try. Let's get this guy on the end. Let's get him dead first. Okay. So you don't have a shield. So I'll piercing strike with him. What do you get? White dice are the Taskmaster. You get a 5. It's pretty strong. And it's stronger than that. I'm going to use a point of might with the Taskmaster to win that fight. So the Taskmaster will be down to 1. So the piercing striking guy goes up by 3. So he's now strength 6, and you didn't piercing strike. So he will need 4s. So blue dice needing 4s, and that will get him just. So the spearman there is going to bite the dust, as they say. Next up, we have got this one warrior variable at the front. Are you going to shield?
Which one?
This one here at the front?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am.
So I'm going to piercing strike my 2 guys at the front. What do you get? You get a 4 highest. And we get 6s and we take it on fight value. So piercing strike 1 goes up by 2, and your defense 7, so he will need 5s. No. And the next one goes up by cocked. Goes up by 3. He will also need 5s. Oh, and he does get it. So unfortunately, another warrior variable is going to go down. So we just got 2 more. Oh, all the spears getting caught. All the spears. So yeah, next up we're going to do this one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'm going to piercing strike against you. Why not? You get a 1, so I'm going to win on fight value. So I go up to strength. I go up by 2. So I'm strength 5. You're not trapped. So I will need 5s against your defense 6. And I do get it. So the dwarves going down quite quickly to the axes. It's the axes which are doing it.
Oh, the irony.
Oh, the irony. And then next up, we've got this one, which will be. Was he on? No, he's on those 2 then. I can't remember who was fighting who, but he'll be on those 2. So what do you get on piercing strike? You get 3 highest, and I get a 6, and I take it. So my piercing strike goes up to strength, go up by 1, and your defense 6. I'll need 5s on each, so 5s on them both, and 1 goes down, and I will pick that one there. So next up we've got Thorin versus 2 fainting Watchers of Karna. 2 fainting Watchers of Karna. So, I'll set the bar for you. Here we go. You need to roll high, 5 or more. 5 or more. If you are high fight value, good luck. And you get the 6, that's good. So you will just need 4s to kill them. 4s to kill them. And you get all the 4s and the 2 Watchers of Karna. Bite the dust. And there we go, that's it for the combat over here. We're going to go back over to where Thror lies. So of course we are going to do the Shadow Lord first, and everybody here in these combats is in range of Thror as a banner. That is of course the army-wide special rule. Let's see if it comes into effect. So we do have the Grim Hammer there. Is he going to do any piercing?
I'm going to piercing strike.
Not going to bash. Not going to bash. Try and get him off his fell beast.
That's a point.
It's up to you.
Hang on.
Let's see. So bash isn't particularly well used, but if you do succeed, you'll knock me off my fell beast.
Yeah, for the crack, I'll bash.
Here we go. He's for the crack. Okay, so what do you roll? It's quite strong. It's quite strong. So I'm going to roll my 3 from the Shadow Lord. Get 6s and takes it with fight value. Okay, so I am going to opt to hurl, and you are strength 3,
yep.
And I'm strength 6, so it's 3 inches plus whatever I roll here. 3. Okay, so I'm going to be marking out 6 inches. I'm going to be throwing you back through all of these and passing through Thror as well. That's what I'm going for. So you will land there, and you will hit all of these guys along the way. So first of all, I need to do a strength 5 hit on you, and your defense 6, so that will need 5s. So needing 5s. Hey, alright. Which doesn't get you, but then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strength 3 hits. Needing 6s. And we get 1, so that Grim Hammer is going to die. And then we've got strength 3 hits on all of these guys who'll be knocked down. So strength 3 hit on him first of all. We'll just work our way. So strength 3 hit needing 6s. Nope. The one behind needing 6s. Nope. The next one up needing 6s. Nope. The one behind needing 6s. Nope. On Thror, your defense 8.
9.
Defense 9 needing 6s by 5s. 6s by 5s. Nope. And that's it. So all of these guys here will be on their bums. So the Fell Beast causing disruption amongst the dwarvish ranks. We're going to move on to this Morannon versus the downed Grimhammer. Let's see what you set the bar at. You do have a banner, remember, so you get a 4. It's pretty good. It's better than my 3, so you are going to win that. And I'm going to stand. You're going to stand back up, and we'll immediately go for the next fight along. What do you get? You get a 3 again, and I get a I get a 1, so you're going to win that one as well, and I'm going to back away and hit all my spears in the meantime. And you get to stand back up. That's the one. So we're going to move along to this far side. So we've got the Grimhammer from Tuali's Warband. What do you get?
Piercing strike.
You can't. You're on the floor.
No, this one.
Oh, sorry, that one.
No, that one. 3.
So you get a 3, and I get a 2. So poor rolling so far. Stand up, and I'm going to move back like so. And now the stand up one. Now you get a piercing strike. Well, you get a 5, and I've not been rolling well. Get a 4, and that is going to go to you. So your piercing strike goes up to. You go up by 2, so you're now strength 5. So you will need 5s to kill the Morannon, and you get a 6. You would have killed him anyway. So the Morannon is going to die. And that is our battlefield so far. So who will prevail? I think the Golden King's going to have to try and get into a bit of action soon. Let's roll to see who gets priority in this next turn. Get a 3. And I get a 6, and it is going to go to the Reavers. So at the start of the combat phase, Thror has decided to call a heroic move, try and save his bacon. In the meantime, the Golden King is using his first point of might to call a heroic march. Let's go over to that heroic move. So we've got a few courage tests to make, but before we do that, we do have some throwing weapons. We're doing this slightly out of sequence, because it's easy to forget this, but we do have a Grimhammer who's coming in here, and he needs 5s to hit. And he doesn't get it, so he does go in there. So we've got some courage tests here. And this guy, first of all, trying to charge in. You are courage 3 normally, or courage 4?
4 normally, I think. 4 normally, so 3 now.
And you don't have like a bodyguard special or anything, do you?
Not in
no.
the,
So,
not
so courage 3 here. Courage 3 because of Harbinger of Evil, and you make it, so you do get in. So throwing weapon as you go in.
Yeah.
Do you hit? Cocked?
Nope.
You don't. So you are going to charge in, and then you've got everybody else. They won't be able to throw their throwing weapons, but they will have to take courage tests. Oh, force his way through.
Actually, start with him. Courage test.
Courage test. Nope. Fails, and then this guy will he? This one here, will he stand up?
He's standing up.
Before he stands up, he has to roll to see if he passes the courage test.
Yeah.
So it's before he stands up. He does pass though, so he gets to come in. And that's it. And then everybody else, I'm guessing, is just going to budge up. So those guys budge up, and I'm going to move on to my heroic march over here. So here we go. You can see that the Golden King has heroic marched up. I've only got the Spectre to go over here, which I'll do in a second. And then over here, Thorin and his warband have been promptly surrounded. Can the Oaken Shield fight his way through? I think he could probably do them all on his own, to be honest. We shall see. We shall see. I'm going to pick a target now for the Spectre. And all we're going to do here is with the wonderful Spectre here, I'm just going to get that guy there to take courage test. You are courage 4 normally? Or courage 3 normally? Courage 4 normally?
4 normally, 3 now.
So 3 now because of the Wraith. So do you pass? You love it. So you're not going to go anywhere, and I'm going to run with my Spectre. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Blue Tack Lord, sorry, the Shadow Lord. You will see this all the time on the UK tournament scene, because obviously they're a bit of a pain to have on the table, the Flying Fell Beast. But I'm going to start off with that one, fighting against your 2 Grimhammers. So, are you going to do any special strikes?
One of them is going to piercing strike, and one's going to bash.
One's going to bash. I love it. Okay, here we go. So, what do you set the bar at? Oh, you get the 6. So I need the 6 here. I need the 6. Adam's looking excited. He's looking excited. Oh, and I get all the 3s, and there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm guessing you're going to do the bashing first.
I am.
Okay, so I don't think I can back away a full inch either. I think I'm trapped. No, I think I go straight into that tree. Okay, so do you want to do your bash first?
Yes.
So what does the rules for bash say? I think you have to roll a dice. You get +1 on the dice, and then it's
a single model of his choice, prone to making strikes.
Yep.
Both models roll a further d6 and add the strength value. The bash adds a further 1 to this total if the hammer is two-handed, which it is.
Yep. You didn't roll it as two-handed though, did you?
Well, it's a two-handed natural, I think.
No, but you have to choose to roll as two-handed, because otherwise it's -1 to your dice roll.
The pick hammers are two-handed weapons, which can be used.
No, but what I mean is if you, so two-handed weapons have got their own special rules, and a two-handed weapon is -1 on your dual roll.
True.
So you would have to say I'm going two-handed. Okay, so you get +1, is that right? So you roll a dice. I'm currently +3 up on you because of strength, but then it's +2 because you get +1 on that. So you roll a dice. So I'm currently +2 on you. Here we go. Will you knock me off my fell beast? Oh, it's strong. It's strong.
It's mostly the base.
And you do! So you are going to knock me off my fell beast. And does it say I'm automatically knocked prone, or I am?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so the Shadow Lord's automatically knocked prone. Does it say knocked flying result?
It just says knocked and single model prone, so they're making strikes.
Okay, cool. So now you've got your piercing strike, dude. So what does your strength go up to? You go up by 2, so you're now strength 5. So you will still need 6s, but you get double strikes because I'm on the floor. I think.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm not sure the order this happens. Oh, and you do get the wound. So I do need to pass my what do you call it? My fate here. I've got 2 fate points. I fail my first one. If I fail this, I disappear. Oh, and the Shadow Lord has gone down. Oh, dearie me, and down he goes. Poor Shadow Lord. I would say poor Shadow Lord, but he's pretty dirty. So there we go. Successful bashing piercing strike combo from the Kingsguard. So now the Moranas look like they might be in a little bit of trouble, and the Golden King is nowhere near to rescue them yet. Let's go into the next combat, and I'm going to pick this one here.
Yep.
So it's Moranan versus 1. I'm just going to fight. So here we go.
Piercing strike.
You're going to piercing strike, but not two-handed piercing
Not
strike.
two-handed piercing strike.
So your piercing strike, you get 5. It's pretty good. I only get a 1, so you take it. So your piercing strike goes up to. You're up by 3. So you're now strength 6. You'll need 4s to kill him. Oh, unlucky. The man survives.
Naughty boy.
So next up, I'm going to choose this one here. I've got 2 of you versus my 1. I'm going to shield in this case. I'm going to set the bar for you at only a 3. So you are high fight value.
1's piercing striking.
You would have always you'd piercing strike with both if I shielded. So you win it. So I can back away, but what do your piercing strikes go to? Up by 1, so you'll need 5s on both, and you get it. So another Moranan dies. There we go. So the Moranans are disappearing. And next up we have got Thror and 1 Grimhammer versus 1 Moranan. Moranan will shield.
Okay.
Gets a 4 highest.
Grimhammer. Let's go two-handed piercing strike.
Okay. Yep.
This is the white die.
He's the white dice. And you take it on that 5. Okay. So your two-handed piercing strike. Piercing strike goes up to strength. Goes up by 1, so strength 4 would need 5s, but it's 4 because it's two-handed, but you don't get it. And then Thror
needs 5s.
Thror needs 5s. No, I'm guessing. Oh, you don't have any might. So he lives. So only 2 Moranans live there, but the Shadow Lord has gone. He's popped. He is extinct. Can the Golden King come and exact some retribution, or will the Taskmaster take out Thorin? Let's go to the northern flank and have a little look. So I'm actually going to start things off with Thorin versus these 2 here. That's how I'm going to separate it, and both are going to piercing strike. So I'm going to set the bar for you and make you roll high. What have I got there? I've got a 6 anyway. Although that one spanned forever. Okay, so you've got 2 might, have you left?
Yep.
2 might. So this is where you roll a 3 highest.
Yep. I can tell.
You roll a 5. Are you going to use a point of might?
I am going to use a point of might.
So you use a point of might, so you're down to 1. Okay, so my piercing striking guys go down to. Oh, 1's off the table. 1 goes down by 2, and the other one goes down by 1. So strength 3. So you need 3s on one of them. Yeah. So do you roll 1 for 3 on one of them? Yep. And then 4s on the other one. Yep. So the 2 Reavers bite the dust. So next up we're going to do the 2 Reavers here against your 1 Spearman there, and I am going to piercing strike. You don't have a shield, so what do you get? Set the bar at 3, and I take it on that. So first piercing strike goes up by 3, so he's strength 6. You are trapped, so he will need 4s, and he kills you. There we go. Next up it's a Watcher and a Reaver versus the Warrior of Erebor down there. I'll piercing strike with a Reaver and feint with the Watcher. And you get a 3 highest. It's not strong. And I get 6s anyway. So the piercing, I'll do the Watcher first. Would need 6s, re-rolling 1s. He gets it. Yep. There we go. So he is going to die. And next up we have got the Taskmaster and a piercing striking Reaver against your shielding Warrior Erebor. What do you get? Yes, 6 is pretty good. It's pretty good. So the Taskmaster is the black dice because he's still got point of might, right? I get a 6 as well, and I take it on fight value. As the piercing strike goes up by 1, and he needs your defense 7. So he still needs 6s. Doesn't get it. And the Taskmaster also needs 6s. And he gets it just. So that's it. The warband of dwarves has been wiped out apart from Thorin, and that is it for the combat. So this is our table. We do have to remember that we are playing high ground, and we will need to keep an eye and see whether we're broken or not. So we're going to calculate that up, but before we do that, let's roll for priority. Here we go. You get a 1. I get a 1, and that means priority is actually going to go to you. So 2 more dead, and the dwarves break. But in the meantime, we've got some throwing weapon action here from this Grimhammer charging this Morannon, and he doesn't get it. And we might as well, while we're here, do another Grimhammer charging another Morannon, and he doesn't get it either. We're going to carry on with Dwarven movement. So Thorin charged in, and has of course been promptly countercharged by everything. And in the meantime, of course, Thror and his Kingsguard are advancing towards the centre. You can see that we placed centre objective down at last, and we remembered that we are actually playing an objective game. And the Spectre is going to do his Fellighters within them to this Grimhammer here. So if you'd like to get a courage test, it's not -1, but you are courage 4, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so what do you get? And you fail it, so I get to move you your full distance. So a neat little trick there, and now that the Spectre has moved him forward, he is just going to disappear behind the ranks and allow the Reavers to charge in. And here we go, it is on, as they say, it is on. So we are into the start of the combat phase, because I'm not going to be doing any shooting into my own ranks, and you don't have any shooting. And
Go for it.
At the start of the combat phase, the Taskmaster is going to call a heroic strike with a point of might, but he's going to see if he gets it for free. So on a 4+, he gets it for free. He does. He gets it for free, so no might used. Any heroics from yourself?
I shall counter strike.
So Thorin's going to use his last one. Wow. So Thorin is now out of might.
I need to win this.
He does, he does. We're going to save that one because it's pretty epic, and we're going to go down to some of the combats down here. And let's, here's my priority. Was it my priority? No, it was your priority.
My priority.
It was your priority. So where would you like to start?
Start with this one.
Yeah, start with the easy ones. I'm just going to go for it, I'm not bothered. I'm going to go for it. Are you going to be piercing striking? Are you going to do any two-handed piercing striking?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, which
two-handed piercing striking.
And what colour dice are they?
The white ones.
The white ones. So the white ones are on -1. What do you get? If you get the 6, I can't roll. Oh no. Oh no. So
4 highest.
4 highest. Now you do have a banner in range, but let's see. I get a 4, which means that you take it on fight value. We're not within the realms of the Golden King, who also is a banner. So your first two-handed piercing strike goes up to strength. Goes up by 2, so you now strength 5. So he would need 5s, but it becomes 4s. Double strike. So roll 2 dice, needing 4s. Re-roll that one. It's cocked. No. And the next piercing strike goes up to strength. Goes up by 3, so he's now strength 6. So he would need 4s, but it's 3s. And you get it. So that Morannon goes down. So there's only one Morannon left, which is this guy here. Again, are you going to do any two-handed?
Same again.
So two-handed are the white dice.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. What do you get? So you get a 5 highest.
Yep.
I was fighting normally, I wouldn't have shielded. There's no point. I get a 6. So you do have a banner re-roll, which you're going to roll with your non-two-handed dice, of course, and you get a 5, and I actually win that. So your piercing strike with all of them, so roll the dice. What does everybody go down by? Well, it goes down by 3. So
all 3s.
So yeah. I'd need 4s because I'm strength 4. So needing 4s, I'll go for the guy who is on this side actually.
Okay.
Yay, and he's going to go down. So you are 1 away from breaking, and of course I'm going to move there. So where would you like to go next?
Let's go down the line.
Go down the line, okay. So here we've got one Grimhammer. Who are you going to piercing strike? 200
piercing strike.
So you're going to piercing strike. I am. Why not? I'm going to also piercing strike. Let's have a little look. So what do you get? You get a 4. I get a 4 and take it currently on fight value, but you do have a banner reroll. So what do you get? You get a 4, so I still take it on fight value. So your piercing strike takes you down to. So you go down by 1, so you're 5, and I go up to strength. I go up by 3. So I'm now strength 6, and your defense 5, so I need 4s. You're not trapped because you can back away.
Yep.
Back away like so. Oh, sorry. And you're dead. Dead on the 4s. And we're going to move straight along. And this time we've got a piercing striking Reaver and 2 fainting Watches of Kana against. Are you going to piercing strike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you're not going to go two-handed, of course.
No.
So what do you get? It's cocked. You get a 2 higher, so I roll. I get 6s. I'm going to take it on fight value anyway.
Yeah.
You're not trapped there, so I'm going to do the 6s re-rolling 1s from the Watchers first of all. No, nothing there. And the piercing strike goes up to. Oh, I say that. What did you go down to piercing strike wise? Just by 1, so 5. So I would need 5s. I can't remember whether I got that or not. But I've just rolled.
Yeah, you did it.
I went up by 3. So he's strength 6. So needing 4s. No, you live. You live.
Sure.
So we're going to move along the line here, and we've got. Are you going to piercing strike?
I am.
Yeah, and I'll piercing strike with all of my Reavers as well.
I'm not in range of throw here, so I cannot reroll.
Nope. Okay. So what do you get? You get a 2, and we get a 6. So we're going to take it. You are trapped here. So first piercing strike goes up by 1, so strength 4. What do you go down to? Your piercing strike. You go down by 3. So your strength defense 3. I'm 4. So this one here needs 4s, and he's dead. So you are going to be broken at the end of this.
Yep.
That's that one there. There we go. And the battle lines here are about to clash. It could be pretty intense. So
are they?
Or are they? We shall see. Depends if you run away.
Well, no, depends if the game ends.
So you count as being broken at the start of next turn. So it'll be at the end of the next turn. You aren't broken until.
No.
Yeah. So we're going to go over to the Thorin combat now. Here we go. So it's the heroic strike-off. Can Thorin prevail? So the Taskmaster, first of all, he's going to go up in fight value. I think he's fight value 4 to start off with. So what does he go up to? By 8. So don't roll a 1. Anything but a 1. 4. So you're going to be fight 10. So you are higher fight value. So I'm going to start things off. Does young Thorin have the Oaken Shield? He doesn't have the Oaken Shield, does he? The new one. He does?
Yeah.
Young Thorin does, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, are you going to use that?
Hi.
Or are you going to fight? Let's see. I will be piercing strike with my Reavers.
I am going to use it.
You're going to use your Oaken Shield, yeah?
I am.
Okay,
We'll
so
still get 1 strike.
you will get 1 strike. So yeah, we're on to the battery issues for the battle report. So of course you're shielding, so I'm piercing striking with everybody that can, fainting with the others. I'm going to set the bar for you because are you out of might?
I am out of my I'm on. If I get a 6, I win.
Exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do just the Reavers first. Will they get the 6? They do, to set the bar for you. So you need to roll a 6. If you don't roll a 6, Thorin might be in trouble here. You're shielding. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What's this? And he's got no might. It's terrible news. Oh dearie me. Okay, so the first Reaver goes up to strength, goes up by strength 2. So he is now strength 5. And your defense what?
8.
So your defense 8, strength 5 against defense 8 is still 6s. So first lot 6s. So that's 1 wound. So the next one, so that's 1 wound so far. The next one goes up to strength, goes up by 1, strength 4, so he needs 6s. That's 2 wounds. The next one goes up to strength, so needs 6s. No. The final Reaver goes up to strength, goes up by 3, so he's now strength 6, so he needs 5s. So 5s. That's 2 more wounds. Okay, the Watcher needs 6s by 4s re-rolling 1s. So there's one so far, which I'll roll in a second, and re-rolling that one. No. By 4s. No. Okay, and then the Taskmaster needs straight 6s and kills him. That's 6 wounds.
Yeah, no chance of that.
Thorin has been slain. He was bold. That was pretty brutal. Not rolling the 6 with a shield in open shield, oh dear. So Thorin is removed, and of course you are now broken. Well, you will be broken at the start of the next turn, and we are going to roll for that priority now. So let's roll for that priority quick. What do we get? You get a 4. I get a 5, and it is going to go to me. So I have backed away, back to the defensive ring. I did call it a heroic march, which I'll do over there in a second with the Taskmaster. Does he get it for free? He does get it for free. Perfect. In the meantime, Spectre here is going to make this Grimhammer take a terror test. Here we go, and you pass it, you're absolutely fine, and he's just going to back away to there. So I'm going to go and do my heroic marches, and then it will be over to you, because you are of course broken. You're broken, so maybe we'll see some Golden King shenanigans, we shall see. So Taskmaster getting closer up towards the centre. Defensive ring here is now over to the broken Army of Thror. Don't roll poorly now, don't roll poorly now. So you of course do have to take a courage test. You are courage 6. Yep. Okay, so it's not too bad. Courage 6. Let's see what you get here. That's not great. Okay.
It's good enough.
So, well, currently you pass, but at the moment you are 12 inches away from the Golden King, who is probably going to declare that he's going to use an undisclosed amount of will to lower your score, which we'll do now. So at the moment you have a net of 11, and you do have 1 will left, so you could get this up to 12. Okay, now if I spend 3, which I would do regardless of any kind of bluffing shenanigans of you spending 1 or none, I would spend 3 to make sure that you run away at this point, which means the Golden King will be down to 3 will, but Thror legs it, and I am going to get the leader kill for that. Bye bye Thror. The dwarves find themselves kingless. They are kingless, so will they stick around? They're currently, all these guys are courage 4, so we'll start with right to left. We'll roll down in this little gap here. Does he stick around? He does. Does he stick around? He does. Does he stick around? That's cocked. Oh. He's gone, so he's off. That's that one there. There's this one here. Does he stick around? He does. Does he stick around? He doesn't. He's gone. Oh dear. Guy back here. Does he stick around? He does. He loves it. It's very courageous. This one here. Loves it. This one here. Runs. They're disintegrating fast. Loves it. 2 more to go. Loves it. 1 more. Kingsguard. And loves it. So these guys will get to move. Let's see where they go. So here we go, we're going to do this in 2s because we do have some throwing weapons now. As the dwarves approach, these 2 are going to fire at the 2 at the end, prioritising the Reaver of course. So do they hit on 5s? 1 does hit, so it does hit the Reaver, needing 5s to kill him. Oh, and a Reaver goes down. Sweet retribution. These 2 here are going to fire at the 2 Reavers in the middle, needing 5s to hit. No, they don't do it. So these 2 are going to take on the same targets. Why not? 1 hits. Does he kill him on a 5? No, it does. Reaver goes down. Again, justice. And these 2 can fire at here, prioritising the Reaver. 5s to hit. Both hit. So 1 at a time. So first one, does it kill the Reaver on a 5+? Cocked. It does. And then needing a 6. This is great throwing weapon action here. Oh, it was almost a 6. 3 Reavers dead to throwing weapons. Incredible. And that's out, because I don't have any shooting. I have fully moved. We need to roll to see if the game ends.
Yes.
So Adam, why don't you get that big epic Element Games dice from over there, that massive one, and on 1 or a 2 the game will end. I'm going to roll it down here so we don't smash any models. But it's a 6, the game will continue. Let's roll for priority. A 1. Priority goes to you. Priority goes to you. It does mean that you've got some courage tests to take here. I'll let you. I'm going to let you do it. Okay, so courage test here first of all. First one. You fail.
No?
Courage 4, are you?
Yeah.
The Golden King is going to use an undisclosed amount of will. Well, it is disclosed because you can't resist it, and he's going to use 1 point of will to knock that down so he runs away.
Okay.
So he's gone. I've now got 2 will with the Golden King left. Why not? This one here.
Nope.
He's gone. Next one here. He's gone. Oh no, courage 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to use another point of will to make him run away. Why not? We've got a cock dice. He's gone. We've only got 4 Grimhammers left. 2 Kingsguard, 2 normal ones. He stays. I can't use any will there. This next one here. He stays. Next one here. He stays. 1 more. He goes. 3 Grimhammers left on the board. They are going to charge forward, I'm sure, picking Reavers and throwing their throwing weapons. So as you move forward, we will go for them. That's it. So he moves in, throws his throwing weapon into him, and misses. He goes in, and next one misses, but goes in, and next one misses and goes in. There we go, and that's how it's looking. We're going to carry on with the rest of movement now. This is our table, so as you can see, the Taskmaster has brought the remainder of his warband that survived against Thorin and triumphed against Thorin's warband. He has brought them to within reach of the objective. In the meantime, I've not charged everything in here because I want to keep as many models close to the objective as possible, but I have countercharged particularly the remaining Kingsguard. It's your priority, so you get to pick which combats first.
We'll go with the Kingsguard.
I'm going to go with the Kingsguard first. You've got a Golden King, a Piercing Striking Reaver, and a Morannon Support. And you are going to...
Piercing Strike.
Why not? What do you get? You get 1. I win on fight value because of the Reaver. The Reaver goes up by 1, so he's strength 4, your defense 6, so he needs 5s. Doesn't get it. The Golden King is strength 4, but has Chop special rule and has 4 attacks, so he will need 4s. Kills him. The Kingsguard goes down. Next up then, the Reaver along the line. Reaver versus 1. So it's 1-on-1 here. Are you Piercing Strike or anything? You're going to Piercing Strike? I'll Piercing Strike as well. You get 2. I get that, which is more. I go up by 1, so I'm strength 4, and you go down by 3, so your defense... So I need 4s. So 4s here, and he goes down. Okay, now we're equal fight value here, so you do have a chance, or will the Army of Thror, will they be tabled? Here we go. You're Piercing Striking, of course.
4.
I get the 6, and I take it, so I need 6s, reroll. Oh, what did you go down to? So you go down by 2, so I actually need 5s. So 5s, rerolling 1s, and he's dead, and that is it. The Army of Thror have been removed from the table. There is nothing left for them. The camera is swaying because I'm currently trying to hold the charger in place. I would shake your hand, but the camera will drop out of it. So it is a big victory there to the optimised tournament force.
Who needs a dragon to kill dwarves?
Who needs a dragon to kill dwarves? Let's go into a post-battle bat-rep breakdown for this Adventures in Arda. Welcome to the post-battle bat-rep breakdown, one which is going to be real tough to remember because we've just spent the last 2 hours playing a completely new game.
Yeah.
One which actually I kind of wish was on camera.
I know, it was slightly better. I still lost, but it was slightly better.
Well, it was actually. I mean, let's talk about the second game. The other competitive army that's in my case is Riverdale Knights. We didn't want to film that because the last couple of battle reports have been Riverdale Knights because I've been practicing for various tournaments. But that ended up being quite a close game.
I felt a lot better with that one.
Yeah.
I mainline a bit more of a fighting force on the fluffy force.
Well, yours is almost an all-hero force with your dwarves that you took there. So you took like Thrain and Thorin and Thror and Dwalin as well. So you took all of them, and of course all of the heroes once they got to grips with the Knights. The Knights are relatively fragile, but end up being a 4-1 victory. But I don't know why we're talking about that too much because we've got to remember the game previous, which of course was the Reavers, and that was a much harder game for yourself.
Yeah, slightly.
absolutely, much harder game for yourself. So let's talk about how it went. Both of us ended up being spread around the battlefield because of Maelstrom. Neither of us used might to affect coming in close together. What was your thinking behind that?
Well, I've actually never. That was the first time I played Hog Round.
Oh, really?
I was just kind of playing back just to get rid of what was happening, which probably did work against me because I was far too scattered to do any effective.
Especially because you were a
And
smaller army.
my issue was, well, not even that, it's more my issue because I moved slower.
Yes.
I could still run and run and run, you'd catch me eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you had 3 warbands. One of them wasn't really even a full
No,
warband.
I wasn't. That was my big flaw. I kind of didn't balance out the warbands.
Yeah, so as a result, you know, you were already a smaller army, and this is where the whole discussion about Reavers and Watchers comes in, because your army was pretty much all Grimhammers. They're 11 points apiece, and you were up against Corsair Reavers that are 10 points apiece, which is obscene, which is absolutely obscene. And I mean, that's why I didn't might come in. I thought that might be quite important, and to be fair, I felt like each of my warbands, although the army works better in synergy, I felt that, you know, Corsair Reavers are pretty forgiving. They're pretty forgiving, but they, you know, even though the game was pretty sort of one-way traffic, there was a couple of cool moments in that.
Yes, I've never killed a ring wraith before because I usually use ring wraiths.
Bash!
And I think that was a very good combination.
It was cool.
Bash it off and then pierce it.
Well, that's the whole concept of having those sort of joint weapons, is that you bash something, it ends up on its bum, and you get double strikes, piercing strike, and that worked out perfect there, and it enabled you to get rid of the Shadow Lord, who had been a bit pesky with his -1 courage. And
Yes, it was. It's not. Well, so I use ring wraiths a lot in my other armies, so I know the joy of Harbinger of Evil.
Yeah, and
It's been a while since I've had it done against me though, so I was quite glad when I killed the certain word I'm not going to use on camera.
well, and I have to say I was quite pleased that the Morannons actually managed to hold up your sort of main warband for so long, because the Golden King was out of that game with his kind of warband for a long period of time, and even with Thor, I felt that Thorin would have had to do an awful lot on the northern board edge against the Taskmaster's warband, because I knew that the troops would cut through your troops.
Yes.
I knew that they would do that, but I was worried that Thorin might sort of heroic combat off and manage to kill sort of 2 or 3 a turn. At least, you know, well, even 4 or 5 a turn of his heroic combat. So I was a little bit worried about that, but luckily we ended up getting to him. I can't believe he didn't roll a single 6 with your Oaken Shield.
That's going to annoy me for a long time.
It's pretty poor, but was it good to be playing the game again? You've not played for a long time.
Yeah, it was nice to play again.
Everyone's going to be out there going, James, you scumbag, putting your tournament armies down in front of that. But you know, hopefully next time we get a game, I'll try and bring something a little bit more themey.
And I'll think of something that's slightly more filthy.
There we go.
We'll balance out then.
We'll try and flip reverse it. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that battle report and seeing something a little bit different again, seeing a hyper competitive army as well in a Corsair Reavers, which we don't tend to see too much on camera because we do try and make nice fluffy battle reports. Maybe not in the last 3 or 4, I have to say. It's all been about tournament practice. We had a good game.
Yes.
We had 2 good games.
Yeah, 2 good games.
Yeah, second one in particular. Sorry you guys missed out on that. Hope you guys out there are having a good game, and look forward to welcoming you again to Hot Games Gaming for another adventure in Arda soon. Will you be back?
Oh, sure I will.
We'll be back. See you soon, guys.